What's up, everybody? Wow, it feels like it's been forever since I've done this. Let's see if I remember how to talk. Ruckus says, assume the position, so I must be doing something right here. It's only been like 3 days, but if you don't use it, you lose it sometime. So I just saw these photos the other day. I'd never seen them before. But this is allegedly Jeffrey's cell. And when I saw this, I said, you've got to be kidding me. This is like bad cartoon. I mean, what is this? Rikers Island's Rapunzel? Was he going to scale down the building off the flagpole or what? First off, there's no inmate anywhere that would get this much clothing into their cell. Trust me, I know these things from a former life. You got these 1-inch thick foam mattresses. Well, they used to be foam. Now they're just compressed cloth that are hard as a brick, and you get your 1 blanket, your 2 sheets, pants, t-shirt, and a smock. And you better not lose them. Literally everyone would be doing this if you could do this so that you had something, you'd make yourself a couch out of smocks. Nobody in minimum security could get away with doing this. But this guy is high security, high S-side alert, and somehow he's got a full laundry cart of clothes up the stairs in his cell. If they think that you're S-sidal, they'll take your shoestrings. You can't have anything on you. But he's just got a mountain of clothes in here. And then they say this was the noose that he used. And yeah, that's all it takes is 2 pant legs. But in the report, they said that they had cut it off. So I guess they cut it off and stitched it back together, retied it. I don't know. But then this is what he allegedly anchored to. So what? He ripped off a little sliver to tie around that and then tied an entire pant leg to that. This whole scene is just dumb. That's really all you need is that 4 foot long. Just big enough that it's not going to rip apart on you. Anyway, I had never looked much into this. Honestly, it wasn't very high on my priority list. But when I saw this, I said, you've got to be kidding me here. There's no way anyone would have this many clothes in there, especially someone on watch. And you don't need all of this to do what he supposedly did. Anyway.
Yeah, you know y'all got the best wings, right? Y'all got the best wings, the best fries. Where we at?
We at the Holy Moly.
Where at?
The Holy Moly.
And where at? In Gainesville, Florida?
In Gainesville, Florida.
And you the one on the mic back there when you order, right?
That's me.
You rude as fuck.
Watch out.
You rude. You a big black rude bitch. You on the intercom being rude. You don't know. You just a big black rude bitch. You was just rude to me, and I heard you rude to the people back there. Y'all got good wings, but you're a rude, ugly bald head.
So last week started out as outrage over these white people that started a little community in Arkansas that wanted to be around other people like themselves and not like that clip I just showed. I'm not saying that all black people act like that, but there's a lot of them that do. There's probably 1,000 videos being uploaded today alone like that. But the internet was big mad that some white folks bought 160 acres. Guys, that's not very big. Not in the big picture of things. That's maybe a mile by half mile wide. But right as the internet was throwing a hissy fit about these white people wanting to be left alone, this happens. Oh. So you know that had this been reversed, and that was 50 white people and 2 black people, 1 a woman, every city in America would be burning right now. And what kind of lowlife sucker punches a middle-aged woman? But you know what everybody shut up about real quick? Yeah, these white people that just want to be left alone. 4 years ago, these black people went and got some land down in Georgia and tried to do the exact same thing, and they were stunning and brave. And I'm really only bringing this up because this is what's been done to America. Just 20 years ago, race relations were at an all-time high in America. So what happened that proved to everybody that America's nothing but colonialist wheat supremacists? Well, we elected the first black president. You bunch of racists. But the problem here is that he was a commie POS, not a POC. You guys know where he was a senator at, right? Chicago. The heart of the comrade movement in America since the 1920s. And they have brought us cultural icons such as Oprah and Jerry Springer, 2 people that have probably done more to take American culture and throw it in the sewer than anybody else, up until their boy Barry got elected. He got the ball rolling and destroyed America's largest industry, healthcare, and started crippling every industry in America through WEF Agenda 21 Klamatachang BS. And then the plan was to hand over the baton to Miss Rodham. So this was supposed to be the world leadership in 2016. You had Rodham in America, Trudeau in Canada, Boris Johnson in the UK, Emmanuel Macron in France, Angela Merkel in Germany, and the list goes on and on. And these people were all plants subservient to the WEF. This was when the lockdowns were supposed to happen. They had all their players in place all around the world. And then Trump got elected, and they had to wait till 2020 till he was on his way out the door. And by that time, all their BS in all those other countries had their entire populations. Remember the yellow vest, yellow jacket protest in France? Everybody was going nuts all around the world because of these people. Because after a couple years in office, everybody knew that they weren't there trying to help their country, that they were serving this globalist agenda. So the plan was to lock everybody down with these people at the helm, and the only way you're getting out of it was to get the pokey and your new tracking app, digital ID, and all the dystopian nightmare stuff that we talked about for years on here. But I see that a lot of people can't distinguish between what the New World Order was at that time and what we've got now. We'd already be in that dystopian new order. They didn't call it Agenda 21 for nothing. It was started in the 1992 Rio World Summit, and it was supposed to be accomplished by 2021. Then it got jumped back to 2030, and I hope they're not going to be able to accomplish any of it now. And had she won, we'd have $20 a gallon gas now, no air conditioners from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., I wouldn't even be on here talking. They were going to shut everybody down. And if anybody complained, they'd send you off to Gadiation camp. The world would be a very different place today. But since she lost, they went full comrade culturalism. Before 2016, people weren't at each other's throats over politics. People weren't at each other's throats over race or who they slept with. But since she lost, all we heard about for 4 years was how the only reason Trump got elected was because a foreign power manipulated the process and he's in league with them. So they're basically calling him a traitor. And then they just started screaming to everybody that him and anybody who likes him is a Yahtzee. They throw this word around rather flippantly, but they radicalized everyone. I'm sure you guys have seen the videos of all the psychos out there. And now we're to the point where people are throwing a fit because a girl says she has good genes. If Beyonce had said that with her bolt-ons and her blonde wig, everybody'd be fine with it. But no.
No, you people can't help it. You've been terrorizing people who don't look like you for centuries. We know you're a bunch of sociopaths. You don't have to remind us. We have the Sydney Sweeney American Eagle ad campaign that is using a double entendre on the word jeans and jeans with a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white woman. In a time where racism and fascism is on the rise, the MAGA movement is on the rise, at a time when our president had Elon Musk on the stage at the inauguration doing a Yahtzee salute, and the Dunkin'...
That is what has been done to America, all because she lost. And now it's all coming out that the Russians actually had dark mailable material on her, and it was because of her use of personal emails and whatnot that they gained access to not just her info, but everybody's. So I know all the cool kids are now Jeffrey, even mainstream media, that's all they want to talk about. In the rare mention of any of this, down at the bottom, they say, well, it's just Trump trying to distract from the files. And, you know, I hope everybody involved with that gets what they deserve. But it wasn't Jeffrey that tore this country apart. It was the entire Democratic machine and mainstream media. I mean, that entire party needs to be disbanded after this. And not any YouTube commentators that I've heard so far have figured out that this is what everyone in the DOJ was prioritized with from the very beginning. And they're just now getting the ball rolling on things, which was quick in my opinion, but in the internet world of now isn't good enough. So whatever. But it's because of these people that America's in the state it is right now. We didn't have any of this crap in 2016. So those are the people that I really want to see taken down here. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll catch you on the next one. Static out.